you doing, guys? This is Eric from buythermite.com and rulethewasteland.com. A lot of people in the prepper community, anyone who considers themselves prepared, usually at some point makes a bug out bag or some sort of get home bag or something along those lines, some sort of either duffel bag or backpack or even just a tote, or something that allows you to either leave your house quickly in the event of emergency and have most of the things with you that you would need in such an emergency, or something that allows you to get home from wherever you're at, whether that's work or just out and about traveling in the event of some other kind of emergency that you would want to return home. The type of emergency isn't really important because due to what Jack Spirko calls the commonality of disaster, most of the things that you would encounter and most of the things that you would need are the same pretty much across all different types of disasters. Some would make you stay home, some would make you leave, and the bug out bag is for those that would make you leave. So people have all sorts of cool stuff in their bug out bags, whether people want to orient them towards more tactical stuff or more practical stuff, doesn't mean not that tactical stuff is impractical, but just more, everyday stuff or more tactical type, like offensive type gear. But one thing that a lot of people leave out of their bug out bags, at least from the videos and all the articles and things that I've seen, is actually two things, and they're both really related. A few people have mentioned the first one, but I haven't seen almost anybody mention the second one. And the first item is some kind of map. I have two little atlases here. One is for cities and one is for the entire country. And as you can see, it has all the different roads in various states, major roads obviously. You're not going to get all sorts of every minor road in a book this size. I recommend obviously that you know your local area very well and then have some more detailed maps for out to at least your state. And then beyond that, it's probably okay to have general ones that just show highway directions and secondary highways and county roads and things like that. You don't need to know every city street unless it's an area that you are thinking it's very likely that you're going to end up in. And that's good for a lot of reasons. First of all, it may be a situation where GPS doesn't work. It's certainly very likely, either if it's some kind of EMP or even just a localized problem. And with cell phone towers or your personal electronic device, maybe something happens to it. Just for whatever reason, I mean, GPS is great, use it when you have it, but don't rely on it, especially when it's as simple as having a piece of paper that you can have in your local area. And also for other reasons, like if you want to find an alternate route, maybe you know the area very well, but only with one or two major routes, and you don't know what the best way other than that would be to get through a city or get around a city, get to maybe where the various local water places are. Those will be on a map. Or if you find out some specific place that you need or want to go to, you can go to the map, if you have the address, and find out how to get there, the best way to get there. The second item, and it's very closely related to that, and I don't think I've seen anyone mention this before, is if you're going to have maps, it's a good idea to have a map case or a map protector. This is a woodland camo. They're usually just something similar to this. You put your map in here, and that way you can open it up, even in the rain. You can see there's a sheet of paper in there as an example. And first of all, you don't have to remember about how to fold it because you can just roll this up. And it protects it from your hands, from getting curled and folded a bunch of times, certainly from the water. But another advantage of a map case, map protector like this is you can get a grease pen or a removable washable marker, or a highlighter, whatever you want, dry erase marker, and you can make marks on the map that aren't permanent. Like the grease pen, I would probably recommend a little more because, or the alcohol markers where they'll stay on there unless you use alcohol, like isopropyl or something, because the dry erase markers, a little smudge or even rolling it up will get rid of that marker. It'll come right off. But for short-term stuff, it works. That's one type, is this roll-up kind here. I have another one that's in satchel form for maybe a slightly smaller map, and this one opens like that. Also has Velcro. Let me see where this thing connects. And it folds out like that. So maybe you could find an atlas, take out a couple pages, and then whichever one you're using, you can put on the top here. Or you could open up one of these books to the area you want, put it inside the map case, and then it can fold right at the crease of the book naturally, so you won't distort it or destroy it. And then carry this around like a satchel, or you can attach it to your bag or do whatever you want. But it's something not a lot of people think of. Fairly cheap, fairly inexpensive. Obviously, you could even construct something like this if you wanted to out of some, different materials. At least have something like a Ziploc in your bag. But I would recommend something a little more resilient, like a dedicated map case. So that's just a couple things that most people don't even think about. And if you're using this bag, this bug out bag or get home bag, a very big element of using that is you're moving with it. You're either bugging out, you're leaving, or you're getting home. So you're going to be traveling. And anytime you're traveling through an area, you're going to want to know all the details about that area as much as possible. Maps and atlases are definitely the best way to get that information. Can't rely on electronics. I would definitely use them when they're available, but you want to have a backup. You want to have something like this, and it's very useful. Couple different things you can get. The more local ones, or I mean, so this is not the more local one. The more local one is this smaller one. This is major cities. So they're a little more in-depth in the city, and this is more for the states as a whole. You know, you can see the entire state of Florida here and all the major highways and whatnot. It's just something to think about, guys. Let me know what you think, and if you've incorporated something like that into your bug out bags. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.